I froze when the security guard looked straight at me and said, "Sir, we've had complaints about you." The whole cafe went quiet. And I realized, this wasn't about coffee anymore. My name is Marcus Reed. I'm 32. Black. Born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. I worked 2 jobs, warehouse nights, freelance graphic design on weekends. Not chasing luxury. Just peace. Stability. Dignity. That morning, I walked into a downtown coffee shop I'd never tried before. Exposed brick walls. Indie music. Laptop crowd. The kind of place where nobody looks like me, but nobody says it out loud either. I ordered a black coffee. Smiled. Then sat near the window with my sketchbook, design ideas for a client who finally gave me a chance. I was calm, focused, hopeful. That didn't last long. It started small. A woman clutched her purse when I stood up to grab napkins. A man stared too long at my hands, then at my hoodie. I told myself not to read into it. I've learned that survival skill early: ignore it, finish your coffee, go. But then the barista called out, "Hey, can you not sit there?" I looked around. "Sorry, did I take someone's seat?" She avoided my eyes. "That table's reserved." It wasn't marked. But I nodded anyway and moved. Minutes later, a white couple sat there. No problem. My jaw tightened. But I stayed quiet. Then I felt it. That watching. The manager stood near the counter pretending to organize cups. His eyes followed me every time I shifted. When I pulled out my phone to check a message, he frowned. When I laughed quietly at something my sister texted, his lips thinned. Finally he walked over. "Everything okay here?" he asked. His tone wasn't friendly. It was suspicious. "Yes," I said calmly. "Just working." He nodded slowly. "Just making sure. We've had issues." Issues. That word always lands heavy. 5 minutes later, the security guard showed up. Tall. Uniform crisp. Hand resting near his belt. "Sir," he said loudly. Too loudly. "Manager says you've been making customers uncomfortable." I felt every head turn. My chest burned. "What did I do?" He shrugged. "You've been loitering. Not buying anything." I held up my cup. "Bought this an hour ago." The manager stepped in. "Let's not argue. If you're not here to purchase more, we'll need you to leave." I stood up. My hands shook, but not from fear. From rage. "I paid. I've been quiet. I haven't bothered anyone," I said. "So tell me, what exactly is the problem?" Silence. Then he said it. "Sir, you fit a description." That phrase. That same tired excuse wrapped in authority. Something inside me cracked. I looked around the cafe again. Same brick walls. Same soft music. But now it felt like I was standing under a spotlight I never asked for. My mind started racing, fast, loud, unforgiving. Don't raise your voice. Don't make sudden movements. Don't give them what they expect. I hated that I even had to think like that. I thought about my father, how he taught me to keep my hands visible when I was a teenager. How he'd say, "They already see you as a threat. Don't help them." I swallowed hard. "Can you explain," I asked slowly, "what description I fit?" The manager looked away. "That's not necessary," he said. "We're just asking you to cooperate." Cooperate. Like my presence was a crime scene. I noticed the couple at the reserved table watching closely now. The woman bit her lip. The man shook his head slightly, like he knew this wasn't right, but didn't know how to say it. The security guard cleared his throat. "Sir, if you don't leave, we'll have to escalate this." Escalate. That word scared me more than anything else. Because escalation never favors people who look like me. I felt my chest tighten. My sketchbook suddenly felt heavy in my hands, like proof I didn't belong. And that's when I realized something terrifying. They weren't just trying to remove me from the cafe. They were trying to erase me. Before I could speak, a voice cut through the room. "That's not true." An older white woman stood up from the corner table. Professional. Calm. Sharp eyes. "I've been here since he walked in," she said. "He hasn't done a single thing wrong." A man near the window added, "Yeah, this is messed up." Then another voice. The barista, the same one who avoided my eyes earlier, looked shaken. "He did pay. I remember." The manager's face drained. The security guard shifted, uncomfortable now. The woman continued, "I'm an attorney. And what you're doing right now, it's discrimination." Phones were out. Whispers filled the air. The manager stammered. We were just being cautious." She smiled coldly. "No, you were being biased." The guard stepped back. "I'm sorry, sir," he muttered. The manager didn't meet my eyes. I picked up my sketchbook. But this time, I didn't feel small. I walked out into the sunlight, heart pounding. The door closed behind me with a soft chime. But my hands were still shaking. I stood on the sidewalk pretending to scroll through my phone, just so people wouldn't see how close I was to breaking down. That's the part nobody talks about. Not the confrontation. Not the justice. The after. The exhaustion of having to prove your humanity in places where you're just trying to exist. I wondered how many times this had happened before, to someone quieter than me. Someone younger. Someone who didn't have witnesses willing to speak up. I thought about how easily this could have gone another way. No lawyer. No voices. No power shift. Just another black man labeled a problem for breathing in the wrong space. That realization stayed with me longer than the anger. The woman followed me. "I'm sorry you had to experience that," she said gently. I nodded. "I appreciate you saying something." She paused. "Too many people don't." As I walked down the street, I realized something. Power doesn't always come from yelling. Sometimes it comes from truth being seen. I didn't win because I was louder. I won because I existed, and others finally noticed. To anyone watching this, respect costs nothing. Silence costs everything. If this story moved you, it's because it's real. Because it happens every day. This is the Black Diaries, where our stories are finally heard. Before you go, we just want to say thank you for spending your time here with us. Stories like these matter because you are here listening, feeling, and engaging. If this story touched you in any way, please take a moment to like the video. It truly helps Black Diaries reach more people who love real, emotional stories like this one. Don't forget to write a comment below. Whether it's your opinion, your own experience, or just a simple emoji, we read every single comment, and your words mean more to us than you know. Your voice is a huge part of what makes Black Diaries feel like a community, not just a channel. If you haven't already, please share this video with someone who enjoys powerful Reddit-style stories, and subscribe to Black Diaries so you never miss what's coming next. We're working hard every day to grow, and with your support, you can help Black Diaries reach our next milestone of 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for being here, thank you for supporting Black Diaries, and thank you for being part of this journey. We'll see you in the next story, and we'll be waiting for your comment, Red Heart.